Welcome to Star Wars, hopefully weekly, comic canon, where I keep you up to date on the Star Wars comics. This week, we saw the release of Star Wars issue number 38, where we got to see what happened to Jedha after that mining accident.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
So this issue takes place between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. Leia, Luke, Sana, Han, and Chewie are on a mission to find a new base for the rebellion. At the same time, the Empire has gone back to Jedha to collect more Kyber crystals for more Death Star fun. The first page shows us the state of Jedha. The debris we saw thrown into the air in Rogue One is still there. Those faithful to the Force and Saw Gerrera have stayed to protect what is left of the moon and the planet Jedha from the Empire. Followers of the now-dead Saul are in a firefight with the Empire, fearing they're going to be taken by the Empire when Luke shows up with Leia to rescue them. Then, of course, Luke bites off more than he can chew, and Han has to rescue them all in the Falcon. They go to the planet of Jedha, and Leia explains to those that they rescued why they want to talk to the partisans. She believes that the Rebel Alliance more than ever needs to be an alliance, and the partisans need to join them. And getting the partisans on board is going to be incredibly dangerous. They have never really wanted to work with the Rebel Alliance. They have their own way and their own war. It's incredibly dangerous for Leia to even be trying to meet with them. They have no problem killing people. Meanwhile, Luke looks up at the moon Jedha and the aftermath of what the Empire did. He states that even though they've been there for weeks, it is still the worst thing he's ever seen. Yeah, why don't you talk to Leia, Luke? I'll go more in the aftermath of Jedha due to the Empire and what they did, but for this video, it's just important to know that they basically made a hole in the moon's mantle and caused the moon to start falling apart, and it caused issues for the nearby planet. Even the Force is sickening around this area. A disciple of the Wills says that the planet is not only screaming, but also the universe. Luke talks a bit to the disciple, and really I hope he bonds with the guy and asks him a ton of questions about the Force. Just give Luke something. That guy has been searching all over for information on the Force. Throw him a bone, Disney. Next, with the rebels, they head to Jedha to meet with the partisans with the typical bag over head treatment. Luke senses they want to kill them, but Leia tells him to shut up. She does diplomacy. He does destruction of Death Stars. Then a very familiar individual, Two Tubes from Rogue One, says they should kill them. This part of the story ends in the comic with us wondering, what will happen next? I'm sure Luke and Leia are both murdered by these people before the Empire Strikes Back. I enjoy seeing more of the partisans, and I actually do really enjoy seeing the rebels trying to find a new base, even though we know where they eventually end up. And by the way, if you look, you can see one of the decraniated, created by Cornelius Evazan. And of course I made a video about them, and I will link them below. The other part of this story is the Empire. Cut between the rebels trying to get to the partisans, we see a Star Destroyer above Jedha that is collecting the Kyber crystals. We also meet Commander Kankar, who, like Vader, kills people when they don't do a good enough job. He also has a pretty cool arm to do the killing, and a weird villainy eye patch. You may also notice this familiar lady. Her name is Trios, and she is the queen of Show to Run. If you read the Darth Vader series, I believe it was an annual, you know that Vader went to her planet, murdered her family who had stopped giving the Empire what they wanted, specialist ores and gemstones, and then put her in charge. Vader gave her a chunk of Alderaan to let her know what would happen if she and her planet stopped giving the Empire what they wanted. So she's pretty loyal to Vader and the Empire because she knows the price for resisting. She has come with the commander in order to advise them on how to best collect the Kyber crystals. The ruptured mantle, magma seas, and poisonous vapors venting into the sky is just like her home, and she, and I'm sure Vader, believes if anyone can bleed Jedha dry, it is her and her people. This leaves the commander to take care of the rebels resisting, which he is really excited for. Personally, I like seeing the remains of Jedha and seeing what the Empire is trying to do with it. And I cannot wait to see how Leia entices the partisans. It's going to be a tough sell. And I also really like when they take characters from other Star Wars comic series and put it into the main series, so I actually enjoyed seeing the Queen. I know a friend of mine that reads the series was kind of pissed about it, but I liked it. Not sure where Sanaa was, either a mistake in the opening crawl or maybe she's hiding out? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Also, complain about how shit this art is, because it's shit.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.